Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Danno and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. I hope everybody's having a good week. Just wanted to come on and chat with you guys for a little bit. A couple things we've been doing. Went to Kroger yesterday. Went to Kroger, saw some good sales. If you missed that video, make sure you check it out. There are some pretty good deals. They're buy three or more, save $2 each deal is back. Not as good as we've seen in the past, I will say that. But hopefully they add some more deals. Kroger is known to usually add some products as they go along. Sometimes they don't, and sometimes things go away, like if certain things aren't available, right? But today I went to Sam's Club, and I gotta say, they have just got... You can tell they're ready for the holidays. They've added a lot more Christmas stuff, a lot more holiday treats and cookies, you know, all these kind of things. Some of the stuff I'm going to leave for tomorrow's video. There are some pretty shocking price increases at Sam's Club. Not many, but a few that are pretty noticeable. And I just want to make sure that, you know, you have this information. And that's why I point it out in the videos. But as far as Sam's Club went today, I was getting some things me and Jess needed. Like to stay stocked up on toilet paper, especially when it is freezing cold outside and we've been having snow in the forecast, you know, in case we can't go out. Always like to make sure that we're prepared on those things. I've also been putting together like my little medicine cabinets or my medicine cabinet and like emergency kits, stuff like that. I always like to kind of stock up on these things. You know, I didn't really get some of that stuff from Sam's Club, but stuff like Band-Aids and, you know, different first aid creams and stuff like that. I like to have, I don't know. I just like to have these things just in case. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little overcautious when it comes to this stuff, but I like to have it. But anyway, it has been a day, guys. Let me tell you, Sam's Club was as packed as you could possibly imagine. It was shoulder to shoulder in there, and I came to the conclusion that, okay, well, the sales just came out, right? But one of the big things that I've noticed, especially like when we know we're about to get a snowstorm, the stores get crazy packed. That's kind of I wanted to talk about one of the things that we always talk about on the channel, and that's stocking up on sales, you know, when you come across them. Now, I understand that people are just, you know, going out and getting everything they can because they, you know, a little bit of snow's coming and, you know, you want to make sure you're prepared, especially if you have kids and stuff like that. I get it. But this is why we talk about these kind of things, so that when these events happen, you don't have to rush out to the stores. And with a lot of the stuff, I have noticed in a lot of stores that when there is bad weather, you don't usually see like as good of deals as you usually do. Now, I have noticed that the same thing that happened last year is kind of happening this year. We've noticed that prices, the deals aren't as good here at the start of December. So I'm hoping here as we get in another week or two, we'll start finding those sales. A lot of the different canned good products that we saw. We actually saw Progresso soup that was on sale for $1.25 a can last week at Kroger, where they were 8 for $10 or more. You could go over buying 8 cans, but it was $1.25. Well, not only did they're not on sale anymore, which I understand, but now they went up in price again to $3.19 a can, making it, I won't pay that much, ever, you know. We saw where Campbell's was still $2.50 a can for the Campbell's Chunky, and we'll see a lot of these go on sale as winter gets closer. I know it's crazy to say that. We've had all the snow and cold weather. Guys, we're not going to see above 33 degrees or above 35 degrees for like 10 days, they're saying. So it's going to be chilly here for a while. So, you know, these are the times that, you know, people want soups and stuff. It's kind of funny that the soups aren't on sale now. They were. That's why they were a couple, you know, last week and a couple weeks ago and stuff. And I was kind of pointing at them like, hey, guys, you know, stock up on these if you like them, because I never said that the prices were going to go up because we never really know anymore. I used to be, I kind of thought it, I kind of hinted at it, you know, when we were talking about the Progresso, because I found it kind of strange that they were selling these off for $1.25 a can. And kind of early in the season. Usually we won't see a sale like that until January or February, right? But we saw it early, and I'm thinking, boy, prices are about to go up on these, and sure enough, they have. Now we're finding like a lot of baking items and stuff, a lot of baking goods, things that you bake with yourself, like flour. We're not finding the sales on flour, but I try to point out at places like when we go to some of the big box stores like Sam's Club, the kind of deals that you can get on flour. Good quality flour like Gold Medal. Now, I'm not saying that Great Value isn't great. You can get a 5-pound bag of Great Value flour for $2.38. You can get a 5-pound bag of Baker's Corner flour. Is it Baker's Corner or Baker's Choice? I think it's Baker's Corner. The flour at Aldi. The Aldi flour, the 5-pound bag, is on sale. It's $2.19 now. Actually, it's the regular price because it dropped. It dropped in price. But, you know, Aldi always has some pretty amazing deals, and so does Walmart. So does Walmart. But we are kind of seeing some of the same things we saw last year, right? Where we had that kind of week or so, maybe even 10 days, to where the sales just weren't that great. Like, I was a little surprised, even with the buy 3 or more, save $2 each deal that we saw the other day, that it wasn't, you know, like the prices have gone up on a lot of this stuff. So the $2 off products are really not that great a deal as what they were the last time the buy 3 or more deal was around. Also, I'm not seeing as many products on that sale as we saw. Now that's a bigger sale of saving money off of, like, because the buy 3 or more at Kroger, let me explain. The buy 3 or more at Kroger used to be just on products that were really expensive, right? Like I would say $7, $8, $9, $10 products, and then it would be $2 off of that. You know, getting the bigger bulk items for a little cheaper. Well, I've seen where they've done other things with that deal now, where you'll see $3, $4, $5 products. But the problem is that regular price goes up, I feel like, just long enough for this sale to go on, and then the regular price drops. So it's been really hard for me to kind of gauge it these days, because I used to go off what just regular prices were on, and then know or have an idea of what kind of sale we were going to see the next week. It's getting harder and harder to do that because, you know, these companies have changed a lot of their wording. They've changed a lot of their wording. Also, with digital stickers, with the digital price tags, they can literally change things at the drop of a hat, right? Now, I've heard some of you guys talk about how they can change a price from when you go from that product during the day to the register. From what I understand, most of these digital stickers to either change early in the morning before the store opens or long after the store closes. I've never actually seen or seen a reaction of someone that has actually had the price change. Now, if maybe there was an accident or something that happened, I could see that. But as far as prices changing from the time you go from the aisle to the register, I haven't seen that personally, and I'm in the stores every day, so I don't know, haven't seen that yet, but I wouldn't put it past some places, that's for sure. But I had a feeling, I think I might have talked about this in another video, maybe at Kroger, I'm not really sure. I've been doing a couple videos a day the last week or so, but yeah, some of the stuff seems like it's good prices, but like what I was saying before, like, you know how these stores, they have like the big islands of areas of different holiday sales that we saw for Thanksgiving and everything. The thing is they still have those, right? They're not going to move them. Those things aren't going to move before Christmas. Those are going to sit there. But what you are going to notice is that they've changed the prices on all of them, right? There is no Gold Medal flour for $2.49 or even $2.99. It's $4.49 at Kroger regular price. It's actually $4.99. So technically, it's still on sale. Who knows though, right? It's $4.49, $2 cheaper or $2 more expensive than what it was a week before Thanksgiving. Now, I remember years ago, really not that, just a few years ago, these sales would stay until we got to Christmas. And then after Christmas, a lot of them would disappear, and then we would have like the next week, like when Kroger would start, or other stores now that we're going to have to deal with, like with Meijer, that start on Wednesday through Tuesday. Okay, so if New Year's falls on like a Friday or something, I'm not sure when it falls on, but if it falls on like a Friday, well, then you're going to have 2 days for that sale. Now, what a lot of stores have been doing, okay, is they'll have like a weekly sale, and then it'll carry over for a few extra days, like what happened with Kroger this last time. They actually had that sale go on for an extra few days till it got to the point to where it was to that next Tuesday, which was good. A lot of you guys were able to stock up on some of those great deals, some of the different pop sales, things that you can stock up on and not, not have to worry about, them going bad right away. Some say, like some of the sales, obviously, if it's produce or meats or stuff like that, then yeah. But as far as like the turkeys are no longer on sale. They may be in some places. They might be in Aldi. I haven't been there yet. They weren't at Kroger. A little bit of a deal, but not like what it was. Not like what it was. We may see those go down a little bit before Christmas, but I don't really know because the way the timing fell on a lot of mega saving events, right? Mega saving events that we've seen at Kroger, right? This usually lasts for 3 weeks. So is this buy 3 or more, save $2 each deal? Is this going to last right up until Christmas? I hope they have something a little better than what they got. I mean, it's good to see the ham prices come down, but that's kind of my point. And this is why I was hesitant to say that these are going to get any cheaper than what they are. Because we saw the 89 cents a pound Kroger spiral hams and then the 79 cents a pound Sugardale shank portion hams. Okay, I don't think they're going to get any cheaper than that. And the reason why is because these sales of things that Kroger does, unless there's some digital coupons, that's how I feel how they work it in these days. Like there may be just an example, okay? I doubt this will happen, but if they have a ham, it might be like, I'm just guessing, right? Like 59, 69 cents a pound, something like that with a digital coupon with a limit of spending a certain amount of money. Kind of like how they do the turkeys. Companies have done this in the past, but last year a lot of companies didn't, right? As a matter of fact, there were some places that were bringing turkeys down again lower than what ham prices were. I guess because companies could afford to do so. So, I don't know. There's been a lot of questions on that, and, me, like I said, me and Jess are stocking up on the things. Part of, what we've talked about on the vlog here, me and Jessica have been doing a lot of cleaning. We've been doing a lot of moving stuff around. So, because this is kind of that time of year where we stock up on a lot of things because the prices are so good. Now, some things I don't break on, like, we get Sam's Club toilet paper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's back there somewhere. But, and some of these things, even though the price goes up on a lot of these, they did go up. Somebody mentioned that. Excuse me. Somebody mentioned that the other day. Yeah, it's been up for a little while. They went from 22, initially went up from $22.98 to $24.26, and now they're $24.58. Some weird random numbers, but the one number that strikes me is that it has not shrinkflated. It has not shrunk in size. So at least there's that. We did see where the paper towels at Sam's Club went from $19.98, which they were for a few years before their initial increase, when they were $15.98 for the longest time. They were $19.98 for a couple years. Now they're $20.93. Still worth it to me because we're still getting the quality. Plus, no shrinkflation. No shrinkflation on that. Coffee, different story. Coffee, different story. And I'll tell you what, I was pretty disgusted with some of the coffee prices at Sam's today. I've been disgusted with coffee prices everywhere, but there's some things I'm not going to spoil it, okay? 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, guys. Friday. It'll be Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The Sam's Club, some of the things have gone up. Some things have actually come down. There have been a couple things that have come down, like butter, which I didn't actually go over the butter. I went over the butter last time. The last video did. But there are a few things that have gone down in price that I do go over tomorrow. So that's interesting as well. It doesn't amount to the things that have gone up in price. But hopefully at some point in life we'll reach a steady balance where it'll at least just stop going up. And maybe we can... get the good deals of the sales of what they can pull off of for the regular prices, right? Because that is how I gauge what a sale was going to be. Like, for instance, a lot of you guys know the Nature Valley bars that I like. Well, if they go up to $5, then their best sale is probably going to be $2.99, right? Even at $2.79, I'm like, it's not really a sale. it's not really a sale. Like, I mean, I was getting them on sale for $1.99, and that's what the regular price was a little more than a few years ago. The oats and honey bars, right? I mean, I remember when they went up to $2.99, I was like, oh boy, that's too much. But I would still get the sales for $1.49. Now at $4.49, I was getting them for $1.99 and sometimes $2.49. Same with the Ritz crackers, guys. Ritz crackers are going up. Crackers are going up in price. I did see Ritz crackers went up a little bit today at Sam's Club. Now they're on sale, blinded by the sale, right? Because they were $10. They're now $10.28, which is still a good deal for what you get, but it's still more than what it was. It's still an increase, and there are some other things that went up in price. And I try to be positive about it. We do go over a lot of different, like, Christmas items, a lot of big name toys and big name products that are for a really good price. So I felt like it was important to go over those in case you're looking for some of those kitchen appliances. We go over other things, not kitchen appliances, but different, like, machines and stuff to make life easier or more grand. I found some cool stuff. I better quit talking about Sam's Club because I'm just going to spoil the whole thing. So let's take a sip here of this wonderful Pike Place coffee. Oh, that's good. That is delicious. What else was I going to talk about? I don't know. Guys, thank you all for the cards. We have been getting Christmas cards in droves. You guys, thank you so much for thinking of us. I am trying to get them out as fast as possible. Somebody asked in the comments the other day. I meant to respond, and boy, if I miss a comment, guys, I'm sorry, but it's just, we get a lot of comments on the channel. There's a lot of people, we get a lot of comments. So I try to get to everybody if I can, or at least, acknowledge after a while that we read your comment, maybe with a heart or something, how I do the little like thing. But it's, where was I? Oh, the cards. Yeah, we are doing the card exchange. Sorry, man, I am tired. It's been a long day. And Jessica's already hanging them up on the wires that we have that most of you know in the living room. And we're going to show those off at one point. Thank you all for all of your warm wishes and thoughts this holiday season. We really appreciate it. And thank you to one of our viewers also who sent Mama Danno a piece of mail. She absolutely loved that. Mama Danno and Aunt Danno together in that. Thank you very much. Thank you. She loved it. She absolutely loved your card. And we love all your cards, guys. And I will leave the P.O. Box down in the description box below. So if you would like to send a card, we will send one in return. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome. You guys come up with it's so cool seeing all the different cards that we get from you guys all over the world. I mean, it's really awesome. But yeah, we are doing that again. I need to jot notes down when I do these. I mostly wanted to talk about some of the grocery things because some of you guys had been talking about that, how some of the deals that we've been seeing over the last few days was just like how we all said it was going to be. Like after Thanksgiving, it's going to be bad for a week or two. There are still good deals. There are still good sales if these sales are the things that you use. And I guess that's kind of what I've noticed a lot of them are. Some of them are kind of the same old stuff, but it's like the sale prices that they are higher than what they were a couple weeks ago. So it's kind of like a slap to the chops. It's like, wow, I wish I'd have bought this 2 weeks ago when I saw it on a different sale that was actually cheaper. Like some of these sales that I saw on different things, not one specifically, but, things that were $1.99 on sale, I'm seeing for $2.29, $2.79 on sale. It's like, yeah, it's cool to get it a little cheaper, but, it's kind of like the pop thing. It's like last week they, Kroger, this is Kroger, they had the buy two, get three free 12 packs, all mix and match. And it's like, well, this week they're buy two, get one free. So I guess if you miss that deal, you're still getting one free 12 pack, but that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like Kroger's charging an outrageous price for 12 packs of pop, right? $10.99. $10.99 for a 12 pack of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. How does 7-Up come up? How do they get more as expensive as Coca-Cola and Pepsi? I've been asking this question for I don't know how long now. Now, obviously, but you're always getting one free. When's the last time we actually saw where the 12 packs weren't on sale? Some kind of sale, right? There's always some kind of sale on them. Usually it's buy two, get one free. Sometimes buy two, get two free. And then right before, I'm sure, a few days or something before Christmas, we'll see this buy two, get three free again. But don't count on it. Don't count on it. That's why it's another reason why we say stock up on the sales when you see them, guys. Because if there's anything that I know after going through these stores and doing these videos and stuff for years, is that the element of surprise is always there. And it's usually never in our favor, right? I mean, to be expected, things will be cheap around the holidays. And then when we find that, that's why I got out there and did a bunch of vlogs, in some of these stores that all you guys shop at, so that we would have an idea of what kind of money you would be saving, right? Because that's really what it's about. If you're going to be out grocery shopping and stocking up on foods and stuff, well, you want to make sure that you're getting the best deals, because if you're not, then, I want to make sure that everybody knows, for one, you don't waste gas to get there, and for two, adding all the other little things. Like, we've had a couple people say they've had problems with the Friday fuel points with Kroger, and I know I don't bring this up, and some other ones too. I've heard where people have had trouble with Meijer, with the Meijer Imperk system. These digital coupons, guys, I can't stand them either. Don't get me wrong. I don't like having to clip all these coupons and stuff. I do it because I'm saving money, right? I do it because I'm saving money, but it can be a headache, especially when one of the systems crashes like Kroger's did a little while ago. That was pretty frustrating, especially when you haven't done, like I always say on the channel here, do this from the comfort of your own home with your computer, right? Don't even do it on your phone. It's so much easier on computer. I do it mostly on my phone. I'm not going to lie. But I'll be sitting in there with Jess, watching TV, and I'll just be clipping all the coupons that I want on my phone, which is pretty easy. Which helps, because if Kroger's system decides to crash while you're at Kroger, well, you're still going to get your stuff that you had clipped, because it's going to be linked to your account. However, if the system crashes and you haven't clipped those coupons yet, then you're going to be at Kroger trying to use that crazy scanner to get the digital coupons, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. A lot of you guys I know dealt with that a couple weeks ago. I dealt with it myself. People were talking about it. I was looking it up. I was like, yeah, the system's not working. They were literally putting in all the digital coupons. All the employees were putting in the digital coupons for everybody. And I'm not talking about the weekly coupons that you can scan with that piece of paper now. Those are weekly digital coupons. If ever there is a mega sale event that goes on with Kroger for a digital coupon that's going to last longer than a week, then that is not on that paper. So you need to remember that, right? There's all kinds. We always say, guys, it's the trickery, right? Oh, I can just scan all my coupons now. I fell for it. I was like, this is great. I don't even have to do anything with digital coupons. I go in there, I'm like, wait a minute. This is weekly digital coupons. And they're all on there. Because I thought to myself, I was like, there's no way that this one half a page here is all the coupons. Right? When I'm looking at my phone and I see, 500 of them. Right? Because there's more coupons than just a lot of the digital QR codes that you find. There's going to be other coupons that Kroger has all throughout. Like buy two of something, get 50 cents here and there. So you really got to look and search. When I get on their website, I'm always searching all coupons, right? All digital coupons. And I literally go through all of them. There's about 500. It takes a little while. But, it's like, that's how we save money, guys. It's really the only way to save money. And especially this time of year, this is where you got to double them up. This is where you got to get the digital coupon, find the other coupon that you have that maybe will work with it, right? Like a paper coupon or something. And you can find other things that work with those as well. Now, some people have said, like, with different deals, like with Imperks and even some other companies, I don't think Publix actually has a system like this yet. I don't think they ever will. They mostly do those BOGO deals, and I think that's it. I don't know of any rewards program or anything that Publix does. Let me know down in the comments if they have started anything like that. It's been a while since I've really looked into that because we're not very close to Publix. But when I went to the new one down in in Walton, Kentucky, near Richwood, they didn't have like anything specific. There was something you could sign up for, but I don't think it was like any kind of like digital deals or anything. But you got to check with everywhere, guys. Dollar General has digital coupons. They have that thing that you click on, $5 off $25 purchase every Saturday. So, you know, good way to save. Dollar General's had some pretty good deals as well on a lot of different items. Now, not like what we saw for that 1 week before Black Friday, before Thanksgiving, right? They had some pretty monster deals going on. I haven't seen anything like that. But we got to keep our eyes open for these things, guys. And as we go along on them, I try to point them out as we go along. And you know, if there's something I know or something I find out, I either try to get to the store or bring it to your guys' attention in a coffee rant. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really just kind of wanted to chat with you guys about some of the things going on with some of the, like I said, some of the different prices. We could see price increases. We may not, but either way, we need to be stocking up on these sales as we see them, because who knows what the prices are going to be like next month, next week, or even tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.